excuse the wind noise, please. Hello, and welcome to the Northland. We are up in God's country. We are staying at our favorite resort, which is not, this is not a five-star hotel, mind you. This is kind of roughing it a little bit. There's no TV. There's no internet, unless you bring your own internet stuff. No air conditioning. This is beautiful. Oh, it's perfect. I got a rope trick I'm going to show you a little later in the video, and we got some fishing to show you, and we got hopefully some water skiing and some tubing maybe, and I brought my drone. My hope is there's a couple of eagles' nests on this lake. So I don't want to harass any eagles, but if I can get up above the eagle's nest and zoom in on it, I might be able to show you some really cool stuff about that. So stay tuned for that. That's all coming a little later in the video, or maybe even the next video, depending on how long these get. I may have to break them in two. But God, I love this place. We always come this week, which is the last week of August, usually the week before Labor Day, and oftentimes we are the only ones, other than the owner, in this resort. We have the whole resort to ourselves, pretty much. Nobody playing loud music, no kids screaming. This is perfect. How else would you want to spend a week? I got my daughter here with me this year. I haven't had her around in, God, I don't know, a couple years. This is awesome. We love it. There's grills come with the cabin, so you can grab a grill if you want. They got kayaks and paddle boards and canoes and I think it's a 14-foot, maybe a 16-foot, I don't know, something like that, aluminum boat that comes with the cabin. And you have to supply the motor. Otherwise, you can row the boat if you want. But if you supply the motor, it's free. They got motors you can rent, I think. I don't know, because I always bring the Black Pearl up here. This place is fantastic. Like I said, the cabins are nothing to speak of. This is not a five-star hotel, okay? But if you want quiet, you want good time just to recharge your batteries, be on a lake with good fishing, there's some really nice muskies in here. I'm hoping I can get one on the video here for you this week. One year we caught 14 muskies up here in 1 week. That's the best I've ever done. And there's been times when we haven't caught any, but we've seen them. We've always seen them. So hopefully we'll find some. And look at this. Let's see, we can show you. That's how close we are to the water. It's literally 10 steps, maybe 15 at the most, to the water's edge from the front door. It's beautiful. Beautiful. There's the Black Pearl back there. And yeah, this is going to be great. All right. We got a beautiful sandy point right here. Love to take the dog out there and beautiful sunrise, or sunset, sunrise, I'm all confused. Right there, look at that. That's gorgeous, huh? Beautiful picture. I think those are fisher people over there. Yep. Wow. Being that far away is making me uncomfortable.
Yep, I hear you.
Especially over water.
I can't even see it. Oh, I can.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Get back here, buddy.
Gorgeous sunrise. Well, the sunrise was a bit better before. I had problems taking off with the drone today. First, I couldn't get it to pair. Then once I did get it to pair, I just took off, and apparently the battery was almost dead, so then I had to change batteries. And then, anyway, 15 minutes later, I lost my best shots. But here we are. It's morning, hardly any wind. Lake is beautiful. We're at about 80 feet right now, and we're about 500 feet away currently, right about, well, probably short of halfway over the lake, but we are a long ways away right now. In fact, let's see if I can turn around and you can see just where we're at. Okay, there's us right there. So we're a good distance away. 42% on battery and a couple of I figure I got about 2%, and I'm gonna head back just because we are way over the water right now, and I really don't wanna lose this thing. So if I can get I will get a battery that's fully charged. It's been a while since I've used this. I don't know, probably a few weeks anyway. So I'm going to charge these batteries up today, and hopefully I will be able to. My goal is to get all the way, at least close to across the lake, before I have to head back. Here's the cabin we're staying in. I'm on the dock. My wife and daughter are standing in front of the cabin, waiting for my drone to fall into the lake. Beautiful place, I tell you. Beautiful sunset tonight. No. Alright, we're going to cruise back to a place where I had a follow, probably a 40-inch muskie or thereabout. I never did see the entire fish, so I don't exactly know how big it was, but we're going to go back and see if we can't find that fish's mother or father this morning. We got little Nikita here with us, my good luck charm. You hear the eagles squawking over there. All right. this trailer here on the end. Can't really call it a cabin because I think it's more of a trailer. Definitely received some damage in the storm that was up here probably a month ago or so now. They had straight line winds. I've seen a couple of reports ranging from 106 miles an hour to 126 miles an hour. So I don't know which is right. Maybe both are right, but there's been a lot of freaking down trees around here. All right, let's get fishing. So I don't know how many of you use go fishing or use electric trolling motors or whatnot, but I'll tell you one thing I really like are these new Minn Kota trolling motors. And I suppose that other trolling motors probably have the same kind of features now, but this one comes with, obviously, I don't know, and I'm wearing this camera on my head, so excuse me if it's not quite showing, but so I have a foot pedal, I have the app, and I also have a handheld thing. So there's 3 ways that I can control the motor, which I really like. The foot one can be inconvenient depending on, you know, how rough the water is and so on and so forth. The handheld one hanging from my neck here is really nice, but in the event your battery dies, it's nice to know that I have the app and you can operate the motor from your phone. One of the nice features about this motor is you can put it on a heading and you set the speed and it will keep that heading. So if you're running a brake line at say 10 feet and you want to, let's say it travels from east to west or west to east, you can pretty much get on that brake line, set your trolling motor at that heading, and just it'll keep you right there. You don't have to mess with it. You don't even need to look at the depth finder. So it's really nice in that regard, because you can just go. Like right now, the wind is blowing into shore here on this side of the lake, and since I'm fishing this side of the lake, if I didn't have this heading feature, I'd be constantly messing with the motor, adjusting direction, adjusting speed, so on and so forth. This does it all. The other nice feature to this is if I get a fish on, or let's say I get snagged on something real heavy, I can set there's an anchor point on there. You hit that and the motor will keep you in that position, and basically until you turn it off, or until the battery dies on the motor. But it'll do whatever it needs to do, speed up, slow down, turn, wherever, just to keep you in that position. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, if any of you are still using the old type trolling motors, my recommendation is you upgrade to something newer, because these newer motors are just so fantastic. You don't have to mess with them hardly at all. So one of the other things I really love about this lake, other than the muskie fishing, and I know this camera doesn't zoom in a whole lot, but trust me, I am the only one on this whole friggin' lake, and it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. So granted, it's, you know, most kids are back in school and stuff like that, but this is fantastic. I mean, how many lakes can you go to, any lake, where there's nobody out here? Oh yeah, this is so much fun. Makes me nervous though, flying over water. It's like, man, if you have a problem, you're gonna lose it for good. Never come back. Whoa, hey, there's a bird chasing me around. All right, we'll come. Apparently that bird is territorial. Oh yeah. Right. see if we can. So that road down there, that road is that red building. That's the owner's pole barn. This whole road is the road leading into the place, and it goes for quite a ways before you get to the highway. It's got to be it's got to be at least a mile and a half. Pan up a little here. See how far that. So he owns all that land. Makes for a nice, quiet resort because you don't hear a lot of traffic and stuff. Every once in a while, a train or a airplane or helicopter. But that whole road, and then way, you probably can't, I don't think we can see it in this picture, but way down there is the highway. Highway 2. All right, well, lots of trees. Man, we've seen a lot of, must have been straight line wind damage up here. Even the owner here that this resort lost a few trees. But, wrong way with the camera. Wow, it's just really cool. And there's the resort again. All right, we're almost 1,000 feet away. I can barely see the drone at this point. I was trying to get to the end of the lake, but I don't know how much further I'm willing to risk it here. I'm just really nervous at this still. I probably will always be, at least until I get maybe a few thousand hours of doing this under my belt. But I was trying to get down here. There's a couple of real nice houses that I wanted to see if they were hit by any wind damage from the storms that we had, but I don't think I'm going to go any further than this. We are a ways away, let's say. I know it doesn't really look like it by the camera, but trust me, I can barely see it. It's just a speck in the sky right now. Now we are way out over the water. 700, 800 feet, about 110 feet in altitude. Wow. That is a ways away. That's over 1,000 feet. There you go, 1,050. There we are. Let's go 1,100. We still got a good signal. I suppose because there's nothing in the way at all. I was going to try and get across the lake, but the sun is in my eyes and I can't see where I'm going. Even though I know there's going to be nothing in between, but All right. Good morning, everyone.
We have a very concerned puppy dog that is watching Anna's every move.
This is the best way to put rope away, because when you undo it, it will never get tangled. You know who taught me this? My dearest wife. I'm not where she learned it from. I know she probably told me, but I don't remember. But when you get done, it's a piece of cake. How you get it started is you just tie a loop in the middle, and then you just keep feeding it through, two at a time. I got a loop. Pull the line through, make another loop, and you just keep doing it all the way to the end.
Ready whenever you are. Keep it still. Hey, go. She's off.
I want to take a moment to welcome Robbie Howerton to the channel. Well, welcome. Hopefully you'll find these videos entertaining, maybe a little informative sometimes. And to the rest of my subscribers, thank you all I appreciate every one of you. And as always, if I happen to misspeak or get something wrong, please correct me in the comments below so that I'll know what I did wrong. That's the only way we can correct ourselves in the future, right? So anyway, welcome and thank you all. Now for the update. You see how, or remember how happy I was at the beginning of the video? Well, please indulge me for a minute, I want to whine. I think this was literally the worst vacation I've ever had. First time in my life, I think, that I can recall anyway, where I wanted to actually come home early. We had a problem every day. Like I said, very first day, went to put the boat in the water, wouldn't pump water. Thought, okay, got to replace the water pump again, right? It was only 2 years old. And luckily, I had a spare because I didn't want to be caught without. But I neglected to bring along the necessary tools. I had tools, just not all the right ones. And I went, believe it or not, I went to the owner of the resort, great guy, Lee, to see if he could loan me some tools to do the job, and he didn't have all the right tools either. So I ended up having to wait until the next day, Sunday, went into Bemidji, to Walmart, got the tools I needed, came back to the resort, finished replacing the water pump, went to put the boat in the water, and it still didn't pump water. That was when I started digging a little deeper, and I found a obstruction in the outlet where the water comes out of the engine into a rubber hose and out of the motor. There was an obstruction there. So luckily, it was in a place that I could get to easily. I wish I had done that to begin with. That's why I said in that little one short, if you have an electrical problem, first thing you should do is check the fuses. Yeah, I should have checked it. I just didn't think that was it because the motor, last time I had it running, was in my driveway and I was pumping, water from the hose through it, and I thought, that's clean water. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so that was Sunday, and then Sunday afternoon we went out, and then I blew the fuse for my kicker motor. We were going to try and troll for some walleyes, and so I couldn't get that started, and being it was Sunday, I couldn't go to an auto parts store. So then Monday, go back into Bemidji again to try and find the right fuse. Walmart, Napa, I can't remember, there was another auto parts store. Nobody had the fuse. I had to order it. So let's see, that was Monday. Tuesday, go back into Bemidji again to get my fuse back out to the lake. And then I had to deal with a broken fishing rod, $150 fishing rod. I've fished for probably 50 years of my life, and not once have I broke a fishing rod. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus here, but I was not happy. Tuesday, Wednesday, I can't remember what the hell happened Wednesday, but anyway, I had another broken fishing rod, so that was 2 fishing rods in 1 week that I did not break. I decided to quit flying my drone because I figured I was going to end up losing that. I had my bait casting reel that I use for muskies started making noise, so I opened it up to put some grease in it and oil it up, and then I took it out fishing and I still had problems with it. So then I had to go back again. I had to tear the reel apart to figure what the hell was going on. Finally, I got that fixed. It was literally, I'm serious, it was literally one thing after another. I don't know what to say. It was like literally the worst week of my life. I don't know if it was karma, if it was just Murphy catching up with me, my old buddy, my old buddy Murphy. Yeah, sometimes he likes to pack his bags and stay a while, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm sorry for whining here at the end, and I really wish this had been a better video to show you more fishing. The amount of time, I bet you I spent more time fixing problems than I did fishing. So, I don't know. I ended up actually coming home, and after cleaning up the Black Pearl, I put it up for sale. I was so unhappy that I decided that I'm just, if this is how fishing's going to be for me, I'm done. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Now maybe I'll change my mind eventually. I don't expect the black pearl to sell this year, since it's now September, kind of late in the season for buying a boat. So you know, maybe next spring, assuming it hasn't sold, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I do have some more cool content coming up for you in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. Please smash that like and subscribe. Even if you did not like the video, I'd really appreciate it. Put a smiley face on the end of a terrible week for me, and share it with somebody. You know, if you got a fishing buddy, a fishing partner, a spouse, relative, children, whatever, you know, maybe they'll learn something along the way. So, all right, thank you for watching. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next video.